Breaking right now, a bombshell new report has revealed that Queen Camilla has banned Prince Harry and Meghan Markle from the royal palaces forever. This is quite astonishing, actually. And it comes at a time where Charles is looking pretty good. Have you seen this hilarious footage of him playing a carrot at a function at Buckingham Palace? And I just think, goodness gracious me, despite the fact that the king is battling what Lady Colin Campbell has revealed on this show is incurable cancer, he is still doing his best. And it is beautiful to see, actually, determined to go on that state visit to Italy. However, it's going to be a very tumultuous couple of years for the royal family. Charles's health is clearly not good. So we're going to get lots of analysis from this from Queen Camilla's biographer, Angela Levin, in just a moment. She takes a lot of issue with some of this reporting. But first, I just want to take you through it. So it's from Radar Online, who say cancer-stricken King Charles's deathbed orders have been revealed, with Queen Camilla's brutal power grab also exposed. And they write, anger-stricken King Charles has dropped a deathbed bombshell, decreeing that headstrong heir Prince William is free to banish his bratty brother Prince Harry upon assuming the throne, if he agrees to give widowed Queen Camilla the run of the palace and its purse. Sources say the ultimatum is one William can't refuse, and now the pompous Queen is plotting a ruthless power grab during her ailing husband's final days. According to tipsters, Charles made the bold move to ensure that after he's gone, William will treat his stepmother with respect. A high-level palace source claimed William, the eldest of the monarch's two sons with late ex-wife Diana, has managed to, quote, make nice and work alongside his father's former mistress. The courtier revealed most people believe he's still harboring a lot of resentment towards her. Now, you remember Harry infamously called Camilla dangerous in his scathing memoir Spare, and even accused his stepmother of sneakily slinging mud at him and others behind the scenes to bolster her image. However, William hasn't uttered a public negative peep about social climbing Camilla, who wed Charles in 2005. Insiders have long claimed William has never forgiven Camilla for her role in his parents' unhappy history, and is especially resentful of how her decades-long fling with his philandering father pained his mother. The courtier explained the way Camilla betrayed their mother has not been forgotten by either of Diana's children. William is more diplomatic than Harry, so he's tried to disguise his resentment. Sources say William cold-heartedly cut Camilla's sister Annabel Elliot from the royal payroll last year, and that is true, of course. The insider claimed William is already showing a ruthless streak. It's no wonder Charles worries he's unlikely to find a place for Camilla in his new order. But according to spies for Radar Online, Charles has now guaranteed his sweetheart's fate after he's gone. Camilla feels untouchable, so she's cementing her plans to have her pick of the monarchy's property, a full staff at her beck and call, generous clothing and travel budgets, and access to her favourite jewels. Two sources say Camilla is also making it clear she doesn't want to see Harry or his American wife Meghan Markle on palace grounds ever again. Sources suggest Charles, who has been battling an undisclosed form of cancer for over 18 months, is fading fast, but the king found the fortitude to purchase the property next door to Camilla's favourite vacation home in Wiltshire, England for $3.8 million, and according to moles, the transaction was part of protecting his wife's future interests. So, the biographer of Queen Camilla and Prince Harry, our royal mastermind, Angela Levin, joins me now. Angela, I will give you right from the start. Clearly, this article from Radar Online is written from a very anti-Camilla perspective. They haven't moved on from a lot of the issues that people had with her in the past. And look, I'm not going to lie, you know I've had a lot of those issues. I've sort of moved on from them because I think she has been a really good queen.
Some commentators are now claiming Harry and Meghan have been effectively banned from palace life forever, with suggestions that William and Queen Camilla are united in opposing any full Sussex return to the royal inner circle. Now, before we go any further, it's important to say this clearly. There is no confirmed official palace announcement stating Harry and Meghan are permanently banned from royal properties or family events. Most of this conversation is being driven by commentary, insider speculation, and interpretations of ongoing royal tensions. But because the Sussex feud remains one of the biggest royal stories in the world, dramatic narratives like this spread instantly. So where is this idea coming from? Honestly, many royal watchers believe the damage caused over the past several years may be deeper than the public fully realizes. Since leaving royal duties, Harry and Meghan have publicly discussed palace tensions through interviews, documentaries, and Harry's memoir Spare. And critics argue those revelations permanently changed the relationship between the Sussexes and the monarchy, particularly when it comes to trust. Private conversations became public. Family disputes became global headlines. And deeply personal tensions became media content. A huge part of this story revolves around the relationship between Harry and Prince William, because their fallout transformed the entire public perception of the royal family. For years, the brothers were viewed as inseparable, especially after losing Diana, Princess of Wales, at such a young age. So when Harry publicly discussed arguments and tensions with William in interviews and Spare, many people saw that as a major turning point. Some royal commentators now believe William has become especially cautious about rebuilding trust behind the scenes. Whether that's true privately, only the family really knows. But publicly, the distance between the brothers still feels very visible. Now let's talk about Camilla, Queen Consort. Camilla became a major topic after Harry's memoir included personal comments about her role within the royal family.
What was interesting to me here, though, Angela, is this idea that William, once he is on the throne, clearly with Camilla's support, seem like they are preparing. And remember, Radar Online isn't the first to report this, but they seem to be preparing to thrust Harry and Meghan out of the royal limelight altogether. It's not unusual, is it, that the Queen will be treated incredibly well if she does out-survive her husband. And we obviously hope, we're talking 10, 20 years in the future, Angela. Of course, we hope that. But Charles is really struggling with his health at the moment. The Queen Mother obviously lived for many decades, was treated very well. Is your understanding, by the way, that Camilla will become the Dowager Queen? Because that is legally how she's meant to be referred. Or will there be another plan put in place?
Well, I mean, I can't think of anything that is completely not. There's so much I said is completely not about Camilla. I mean, she didn't want to be a queen. She wanted to stay with the person she loved. She is a country girl. She didn't want to wear smart clothes. She liked to go out in a t-shirt and tracksuit trousers. But she's not interested in all that. She didn't have a career. She wasn't interested in all that. She just wanted to be with the man he loves. That can be possible, you know. And to say the things about her are exactly the same as the things they said when Diana died, and after a year when they moved in together, that she was so awful, and they would throw things at her and actually be incredibly horrible. Now we think for the future. I mean, she's nearly 80. I can't believe that she would like to work very hard. She works her socks off at the moment because she wants to be with Charles. She wants to do as many engagements as she possibly can. She wants to do good. And I don't think she wants to do anything with that. I think she'll want to be with her children. She wants to be with her grandchildren. And she will relax a bit, that she would like to stay with certain charities, like the one where the woman at the home is actually attacked so badly, and also about literacy, which she goes all around the country, all around the world, talking to people, because she believes if you can read, you can do lots more things than if you don't. So I don't think she's going to ask for much. She will be also deeply, deeply unhappy that she's lost the man that she's loved, and that they've only been married for 20 years. I think she'd love to be married much longer, because you can see how happy they are. So to be so violently negative about her, I think that's really ridiculous. I spoke to over 100 people who were her friends, who worked for her. All the people that work for her stay a very, very long time, not like Meghan, who go after 1 minute. And they like her, and they think she's so marvelous. And the other thing about her, they say, how has she changed? She hasn't changed. The thing about her, she's changed. She's just the same as she always was, because she doesn't want all the glitter and stuff. But Charles wants her to wear all the glitter, so she does wear it for him. So she'll go back to her t-shirt and tracksuit trousers and won't feel so bad. She'll be with her horses and with her dogs. So it's just completely wrong image of her. I think she's really a wonderful woman, and she treats the staff very well. And if they're not well, or they've got a child who is suffering from something behind the scenes, she helps them and sorts things out. She really is an extraordinary person, because having come from no career, she's done a tremendous amount, and she's very good with people. She's one of those people, the more you talk to her, the more you like her, because she's very sincere. She's just herself. And I think she's a great model for older women, that you don't have to have special stuff on your face. Doesn't mind if she's got wrinkles. She wears things that the king likes, the color and the style. And actually, you are you. You don't pretend to be anybody else. And that's it. And I don't think that she would want to try and get houses. I mean, she wants this, she's got this house, which is for her, because she thought she would get it so that if ever anything happens, she'll be safe. So she's got that very nice house and a lovely garden. And she hasn't, and the reason that King Charles has got a place next to her is that it's been redecorated, this second house, for weddings. So they wanted to do it for weddings, and they could have lots of dances there and all that. Now, she didn't want to live quite like that, because it's the same route path to her house as it would be to the next one. So you don't want people like that. She'd have lots of people looking after her there. It's very difficult. So Charles has stepped in, bought it, and will make it in a different way. He won't sort of live there much, but it will be his, and he will make sure that it's done nicely, and so that would be all right. She would be safe. As for the Camilla's sister, it's not a spiteful thing. Annabelle Elliot, she did a lot of interior designing for Charles, but now after the Queen Elizabeth has died, William wants to have things done in a very different way.
Some of Harry's statements generated enormous backlash among royal supporters. And because of that, many commentators believe tensions involving Camilla remain particularly sensitive inside palace circles. Again, much of this remains speculation. But once deeply personal family grievances become public worldwide, rebuilding trust becomes much more difficult. Now here's where media headlines often become more dramatic than confirmed reality. Words like banned, exiled, frozen out, shut out forever. Those phrases instantly create emotional reactions online. But the actual situation is probably far more complicated than a simple permanent ban. Because royal family relationships are both personal and institutional. There may be private emotions, public tensions, security concerns, media fears, and institutional calculations all happening simultaneously. Honestly, despite all the drama, many people still believe reconciliation remains possible eventually. Families go through painful conflicts. Relationships evolve over time. And royal history is full of periods of division followed by reconciliation. But if healing ever does happen between Harry and the monarchy, it would almost certainly need to happen privately, not through media narratives and public commentary. At the end of the day, there's still a huge gap between online speculation and confirmed royal reality. Some viewers believe Harry and Meghan are permanently isolated from the palace inner circle. Others think the media keeps exaggerating royal tensions because conflict sells headlines. But one thing is undeniable. The relationship between Prince Harry, Meghan Markle, and the royal family continues to fascinate the world years after the royal split first began. What do you think? Has the damage become permanent, or could Harry and the royal family eventually find common ground again?